Hey folks, Sean Wieda with Wiedas Marine. So we are finally excited for what we've been waiting for, is to get the iKon boat out on the water.
It is here
with the man himself, Jacob Wheeler. Okay, I got my main man Colton Cryer out here, and you know, so Jacob's. Let's start out with this. By the time you guys watch this video, okay, there's going to be a lot of announcements, a lot of things. But we're still kind of filming this all kind of on the low down.
On the DL.
We're on the DL right now.
We're on the low right now.
This iKon we're in is kind of the final prototype. Okay, so the production boat you see may have it could have some changes. Yeah, right.
I mean, that's the thing. When you're out there on the water, you're always changing things, and this is the thing: is like the hours that you spend on the water. It is how you figure out, hey, I need to change that. It might be a great idea when you're in your mind, but then actually going out there and working and being able to go out there on the water and see if it and test it is a big deal.
And that's kind of like what this is about. Is Jacob is kind of, you know, this is kind of like the final, you know, kind of some of the final tests, final tweaks. You know, some, you know, like, you know, we're basically one of the first dealers, and so they're kind of using our input to tweak these boats. But now I have run, it's been a few months ago, and I was probably on prototype 1 or 2 that I ran, so I'm pumped. This is really my first ride, and we're out here on Jacob's home lake, Chickamauga, and we're just let's go see what this thing can do a little bit. See if we can put a bass in it.
That's the key. Now that's the key. That is the key. We're gonna try to do that. And bay this way.
So, you know, one of the things that, like, obviously it's obvious here is, like, we're going down this bluff right now, okay? And I mean, me and him have plenty of room, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, there's literally room, like,
side by side.
Like, look, like, we can, like, both spread out, okay?
While I reel this one in here.
He's gonna reel one in. But so one thing that I'm impressed with is, when you get up here, is how close you can get to the back. How close I am. In other words, literally, I'm right up here as far and forward of the bow as I can. What I like that for is being a flipper, being a you know, sight fisherman, flipper, shallow water fisherman. I can actually flip better. I can get further up. Oh, you missed one?
That's a big one.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
that was a big. He was talking about the boat.
Talking about the big one.
I thought he was just right here on about getting ready to get a bite.
Oh man. But anyway, that getting close in that bow is a big deal. And then I would assume, talk about live scoping, Jacob. Do you like kind of getting right up on your bow like that?
I think for me, more so than anything, is stability. Because if you have a boat that's splashing around and porpoising a lot, you need that active target or live scope transducer in the water at all times, to where you can actually be able to see the image. So for me, like, there's this boat is very stable. Fishability is a huge part of that. Maneuverability, be able to, like, move around where it's not like delayed almost. Sometimes it'll be dragging a little bit. That's a big deal as well. So, like, that's just more so fishing in general, but it also translates to helping you be a better active target or, you know, forward fishing sonar fisherman as well.
Absolutely. So you can get back here and get that.
That was a good one.
Was it a good one? So, if any of you guys have followed Wiedas Marine by now, you may or may not know who Colton is. Okay, Colton Cryer. He's one of my sales guys here at Wiedas Marine. But Colton does a little bit more than sales. You know, over the years, as you run a company, it gets harder and harder as you get bigger to do everything yourself. So, you know, Colton does a lot of the responsibilities and duties I used to do at Wiedas Marine. He orders a lot of our inventory. A lot of these boats you see, he orders. He manages our inventory. You know, I've moved on to a lot more of the marketing side of things, and I do a lot of the finances and stuff. But Colton really is day to day. Does and runs a lot of the sales operations at Wiedas Marine. So, what are your thoughts, Colton, from a sales side of things? You know, the iKon boat. You know, again, this is early in the game, but so far, what do you anticipate sales of these boats to be like?
I mean, so far we don't know a lot yet as far as price points and, you know, how that's going to come to play. But that's going to be a big part of it, I'm sure. I mean, as far as the boat goes, the boat is very marketable. It's gonna sell. I mean, there's no doubt about that. It's just a matter of if we can get that price point right, you know, for a lot of buyers. You know, this is a high-end luxury boat. It's going to compare to some of the, you know, the higher-end models out there.
Right.
So that's going to be a little bit tougher for it.
Well, and I think, the reality of the world we're living in is you know, all these boats
yeah.
are expensive nowadays, and as dealers, I can't tell you that you know, we see the comments online and people are like, you know, make an affordable boat and stuff, and trust me, no one wants a boat to be more affordable than the dealer, more than you the consumer, because it's easier for us to sell a boat that's less money. But let's face it, that's not the era we're living in anymore, and I don't know if we're going to see that again. So I think what we need to focus on with a lot of these boat companies, are they building a unique product? Are they building a quality product? Are they building a product that'll perform up to the standards of Jacob? He's deep into doing some graph work or something back here. But at the end of the day, you know, I think that iKon's got some unique things. And again, the naysayers online, now it doesn't matter. I watched this with some other major boat companies when they come out. The naysayers online, well, you know, this isn't that exciting or something. It's like, you know, look, we're in 2022. You can only do so much with hull designs, bass boats, whatever. The bottom line is iKon has got some unique styling. They've got some unique features. We have been impressed with our overall, this final prototype, the running, okay, the way the boat handles, okay. It probably, for a large boat, it's, you know, this boat is over, you know, it's almost 22 feet, okay, and it feels very spry, okay, very maneuverable for this size boat. But I think, again, back to it, all right, is iKon boats, you know, changing the whole bass boat industry? I don't know about that, but my prediction is they are going to be a serious player in this industry, built by a quality sales team, quality production team, and I think we're all going to be talking about iKon boats for many years to come, for sure.
That's right. Yeah, you had him all right. You got me riled up, son. That's
deep too. You got a pair of pliers?
Yeah, I got something there.
Felt like it was something.
10 pounder.
Everything's a 10 pounder out here.
10 pounder, man. They're all big. Like 5 foot on top. There was a group of them right here. So I don't know if they're still here or you're right there on the edge of the ground. You're fine, you're fine.
I'm a big one. I mean, it's a big one.
Here, hold this.
Watch out.
I got it. Go ahead. Oh yeah.
Good one, boys.
Oh yeah.
The first fish in the iKon, for me anyway. It's a good one too. Ooh-wee.
On the bottom, brother.
Yeah. Right in. Open your mouth, buddy. Open your mouth. All right. Not bad for the first fish for me in the iKon boat. Pretty cool one, dude.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Solid one.
Got a faithful Alabama rig, didn't he?
That's a lot of times this time of year what they'll do is they'll try to run into it and an Alabama rig just catches bass in the wintertime, period. But it just, they try to kill the bait ball and then they'll come back and eat a couple of them like at once. I've had them just do that. It's crazy watching them do that sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of these fish are pretty shallow too.
Yeah, that fish, he was real shallow, but
It's about a 4
for
pounder.
fish. Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. Good
First fish in the iKon boat.
That's awesome. You know, like right now, like I'm trying to understand. I always have one on it.
I saw that. Eat that. I saw that. I saw that. Actually, was looking at it.
That's insane.
Choked too. We can get down here. Yeah. There you go. Nice one for sure. All right, there you go. Another solid fish. Beautiful fish. And hey, cold weather, put the gear on, have a little fun. Now Sean's up there. I better get after it. Sean's gonna start trying to reel all of them in. We can't let that happen. Yeah, I can't really.
There's one.
There you go.
He was right on the edge. Again.
Good fish.
That is.
Get you,
Heck
Sean. That's what is that? We're gonna find out. Folks at home.
Yeah. Hey, now I'm not saying, but you notice how he waits to weigh the smaller one with the hook.
No, I just want to know. I
Just
think
listen to
it's always great. Back up a little bit. I gotta
All
find
right,
out.
I'll get in here.
All right, so this is the deal. What is the weight of the fish? We're gonna drop a comment below. We got the Rapple scale right here. And don't be commenting on it after you hear what the weight is. Right now.
Yeah, you gotta
Right
be
here.
good.
Okay,
You
this
gotta do
fish
legit. You can't be
is 17 inches, maybe. All right, Sean, what's your guess?
What's my guess on that fish?
Yep.
That fish is not 3 pounds. That fish is almost 3 pounds.
I'm gonna say 296.
I'm gonna say 286 pounds. It is not quite 3 pounds. I'm gonna say 294.
I just said 296. You can't now. See, that's the thing. We're gonna use that last clip because Sean, you said 286 in the last.
I was starting over again.
No, we're
I'll
not.
go
No,
back
we're
and
not.
take
No,
it.
we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's actually
293. Okay. Hang on, see? On. Oh, wait a minute.
295.
Well, bottom line is we're both pretty close.
Yeah. Regardless, it is not a 3-pounder,
Yeah.
but it is a solid one.
Yeah, solid.
And we're
fish.
gonna let this fish go. There's a good guide trip. Good solid guided fish.